first reading vlog. So it is Valentine's Day today. Valentine's Day! And so I decided that I would do like a Valentine's Day reading vlog because I haven't done a vlog in so long and I'm on a writing break right now, which is like gonna be ending soon anyway, but like for the rest of this week, I'm on my writing break, and so I was like, I'm gonna do a reading vlog. So I decided, I went on Twitter and I got a bunch of recommendations from people for like romantic books, and there were some like options like red, white, and royal blue, but I started that on audio and I hated the audiobook narrator so much that I've never returned to it because I just hated his voice. He just sounded like 20 years older than the character was supposed to be, and it just really threw me off. So like I really can't. And then Sorcery of Thorns was suggested, and I thought about that, but then I was like, I don't know. A whole fantasy might be too long. And so I was like, okay. And then A Sun is also a Star was recommended to me, but then I didn't really feel in the mood for a contemporary. And so I finally decided on a mix of like contemporary, not really shortness because the book is actually not as short as I thought it would be, but a mix of contemporary and sort of like a fantasy speculative. So I'm going to be reading The Opposite of Always. No, I'm going to be reading Opposite of Always by Justin A. Reynolds. So that is like, it's like a cool time travel book. Oh my gosh, what are words? It's a cool time travel book. I'm actually going to read the synopsis because I just have it up on Goodreads here. Okay. Jack Ellison King of Almost. He almost made valedictorian. He almost made varsity. He almost got the girl. When Jack and Kate meet at a party, bonding until sunrise over their mutual love of Froot Loops. That's Froot Loops with 2 O's. And their favorite flicks, Jack knows he's falling hard. Soon she's meeting his best friends, Jillian and Franny, and Kate wins them over as easily as she did Jack. Jack's curse of almost is finally over. But this love story is complicated. It is an almost happily ever after because Kate dies, and their story should end there. Yet Kate's death sends Jack back to the beginning, the moment they first meet, and Kate's there again. Beautiful, radiant Kate, healthy, happy, and charming as ever. Jack isn't sure if he's losing his mind. Still, if he has a chance to prevent Kate's death, he'll take it, even if it means believing in time travel. However, Jack will learn that his actions are not without consequences. When one choice turns deadly for someone else close to him, he has to figure out what he's willing to do and let go to save the people he loves. So I'm very excited about this. I've actually wanted to read this book for so long and I just never got around to it. And so this is my chance to read it. And it has like such a cool book cover. I honestly kind of wish I had the physical book, but like I really try and avoid buying physical books. So I've got it on the good old Kindle. And because of when I need to post this video, I have to read this book in like 4 days. And if you know me, you know I'm not a fast reader by any means at all. And this Kindle book is like 400 pages or something. Anyway, I'm going to separate it into percents and I just got to finish each percent enough. One of those days will be Saturday, so I'll have like a good chunk of Saturday to finish reading. But yeah, so that's the plan. Valentine's Day reading vlog, and to get this done in 4 days. Oh my God. First initial thoughts. I am intrigued. It's done that thing where it's like started in a spot where it's kind of confusing. I have like in between feelings about this. I think it can be done really well. I think some people really like it and it can really work out. As someone that like generally hates prologues, it isn't a prologue, it is part of the story. It does but I get what it's doing. Like, it's trying to reel you in. It's setting everything up so that, like, at the end, when you get back to this moment, you'll be like, aha, that's what he did. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I think I kind of like when things just go chronologically, and I would have liked to just see from the beginning, because I like seeing that character disorientation and like going through the same steps with them. But I see like why you would do it. Like, it builds intrigue, and I think it kind of plays on that, like, the whole time travel thing. Like, as a reader, you're also kind of time traveling. So I will refrain. I don't know. I'll reserve judgment to see how it all comes together. Update as I'm running out the door. I did get to 40% yesterday. Things are getting interesting. He's in like the first like Groundhog Day loop, which is pretty cool. Also, I went to that author event. That was super nice. One of the authors spoke about the book, and it was cool. We got some arcs. I was really excited to get an arc of My Dark Vanessa. I've wanted to read that for a while now, and so I'm so excited. So after I do this book, I'm probably going to read that one. So yeah, I'm just heading off to work now, and I'm going to read during my lunch and on my commute, and yeah, hopefully get a lot done. 60% done. So at work, at lunch, I actually got to 60%. So then I read on the train. I went out with some friends to meet up and have like sausages and stuff. So then I didn't do anything extra then, and now I'm home and now it's late. So, you know, story is still going well, though I didn't know. So I don't really think this is a spoiler. I don't think it needs to be mysterious, but it like, I don't know, maybe spoiler, but not actually. So the girl has like an illness, and it's sickle cell, which I didn't know, and I wasn't like readily prepared for. So I had like a brief moment. My sister has sickle cell, so I was like, had a brief moment where I was like, I don't really want to read about people with sickle cell dying, but then I got over it and I'm fine now. So but in case you have a relative with sickle cell, I say dying, she dies and then time reverses. So like, that's also not a spoiler, I would say. I feel like it's in the description, like that something happens. I don't know. Sorry if I'm like spoiling all over the place, but I don't really think it's a big deal. So it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. But yeah, it's still going well. My only thing is like the time loops are so long. So he's like lives through like 3 months before the time loops, which I'm not super used to, because usually time loop is like a 1 day or like a few days. Like I'm thinking of like Happy Death Day, like it's not usually that long, so that's kind of something I'm getting used to. But like, yeah, it's interesting. It feels a bit long to do the time loop, but like I think it's maybe because I'm impatient for like fantasy elements, and this is a pretty much basically contemporary book. So I just woke up. My alarm was supposed to wake me up an hour earlier so I could get more stuff done, because I'm supposed to be starting writing again. I took a writing break for like basically all of January and I was supposed to be starting today, so I was like, I'll wake up at 9 a.m. because it's Saturday, and like I'll read for an hour, or 2 hours maybe, and like get the book done, and then I'll do my writing. But my alarm didn't work, so whatever. Anyway, so I'm up now and I'm gonna try and finish this book now. I finished Opposite of Always. I always want to call it The Opposite of Always, but that is not the title. The title is Opposite of Always. And I really liked it. I thought it was very good. I rated it 4 stars. I really only rate stuff 5 stars if I'm like dying over it. Like I would die for the book. It's my most favorite book in the world, pretty much. But 4 stars, I thought it was a really good book. I would definitely recommend people read it. And it was super sweet for like a romantic, cute book for Valentine's Day. It wasn't too over the top with the romance. There was still a lot of family dynamics and friendship. Something that I really enjoyed about the book also was how involved the parents were. In YA, it's really easy to shove the parents off to the side and have them be flat characters and uninvolved. And all the parents and parental figures in this story were really incorporated into their children's lives, which I think is a lot more realistic. And that was really nice to see. I also enjoyed the friendships. I thought they were really good. And like through doing the time loops, it showed all the different ways friendship dynamics can change, how you can really hurt friends, how you can really help friends, and balancing your friends with your relationships. Honestly, I think some adults could read this book and learn a thing or two about dropping all your friends the second you start dating someone. Some people have still not figured that out. So it's a great lesson in there, but I really enjoyed that. The love interest I found was really great. I understood exactly why the main character was in love with who he was in love with. They had a great banter and back and forth conversation. She was extremely likable. She had her little faults here and there, so it wasn't as though she was 100% perfect. Though I will say she didn't have any faults that were like she was outright had a bad personality trait. It was just sometimes she was very non-communicative, which wasn't that bad. So I guess she was kind of perfect in a way. But I understood why he liked her so much and why he would go through the process of doing all these time loops and putting up with that to save her. So even though the time loops were kind of long, which only made one point in the book feel a bit slow, after it hit momentum, everything was great. It was only one point in the middle where doing like a full 4 months before time looping again felt a bit long. But I understood why. Now I understand why he did that 4 long loop, because you kind of need that much time for the main character to fall in love with the love interest to understand why he's bothering doing all of this. Though I would say after a while of looping, I guess you'd like her enough that you'd go through it. Anyway, it was cute. I thought it was a really sweet book. There were a lot of great lines. There was also some great discussion of kind of class things and some racial things without getting like real deep into it. Like it didn't feel like it was doing like tragedy porn or anything like that. It was just kind of this is the understanding of being a person of color in certain situations, and that's how things may go for you in some cases. So I thought that was good. And also not every family was perfect. In fact, out of the main character and his 2 friends, 2 of their families had really difficult issues. They had families that weren't like 2 parents and 2.5 kids. There were not all perfect middle class families, which I like seeing, especially in contemporary. I find that there's a lot of pattern of doing these perfect middle class families that have never had any money struggles or any struggles with family relationships, and it's nice to see different sorts of relationships in the book. So yeah, overall, I really liked it, and I'm shocked that I finished this in the 4 days that I in the 5 days that I set out for myself. No, 5 or 4? 5. 5 days that I set out for myself. I'm honestly shocked. I have read a lot more this month than I thought I ever would, and maybe there will be some more reading vlogs in the future. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and also let me know in the comments if you would like to see more reading vlogs from me. I would like to know. This is my first time doing a reading vlog as opposed to just writing ones, and I'm interested if you like it. And if you haven't subscribed to me already, please subscribe below. I post a lot of writing tips, publishing advice, interviews with other authors, that sort of thing. And thank you so much for watching. Also, if you've read Opposite of Always, comment with what you thought about it also, and then we can chat about it. And thanks so much for watching. Bye.